You think saving your way to $100,000 is impossible? Well, I am living proof that you are probably right if you think that way. But what if I told you it was not about some grand, get-rich-quick scheme? What if it was about 10 ridiculously small, almost laughably simple habits that I used to build my first $100,000? Stick around because I'm about to spill the tea, and trust me, your bank account will thank you. First things first, let us talk about the 50-30-20 rule. Heard of it? Great. Now forget most of it. In 2025, with inflation doing its wild dance, that classic rule needs a glow-up. I flipped it. I started with 20% for my wants, 30% for my needs, and a whopping 50% straight into savings and investments. Sounds insane, right? How can anyone live on so little? That is where the magic and the other 9 habits come into play. It forces you to be ruthless with your spending from day one. It is not about deprivation. It is about prioritization. Do you want that fleeting dopamine hit from a new gadget, or do you want financial freedom? You cannot have both right away. Habit number 2, I automated everything, and I mean everything. The moment my paycheck hit my account, automatic transfers whisked that 50% away before I could even smell it. One chunk went to a high-yield savings account. Another went into my low-cost index funds. Human willpower is a joke, especially at 3 in the morning when you are scrolling through online stores. By taking myself out of the equation, I made saving my default setting. It is like setting your thermostat and forgetting it. The system just works, quietly building your wealth in the background while you are busy living your life, or more likely busy complaining about how you have no money. Third, I became the master of the cool-off period. This is so simple, it is almost insulting. Anytime I wanted to buy something non-essential over $50, I forced myself to wait a full 7 days. I would put it in my online cart, I would write it on a sticky note, whatever it took. You would be shocked at how many must-have items suddenly look ridiculous a week later. That impulse to buy is a powerful, fleeting emotion. By giving it time, you let logic and reason kick down the door and ask, do we really need another oversized hoodie? Most of the time, the answer is a firm no. Habit number 4 is a bit controversial. I monetized my resentment. What does that even mean? I started tracking every single subscription and recurring payment. And for each one, I asked myself, does this bring me joy, or do I secretly resent paying for it? That streaming service I watched once a month? Gone. The fancy gym I visited twice in 3 months to mostly just sit in the sauna? Terminated. I realized I was paying hundreds of dollars a year out of sheer laziness. Instead of letting that resentment fester, I channeled it into action. Canceling those services felt better than any show or workout ever did, because it was a direct deposit into my future. Let's move on to number 5, the no-spend challenge. Once a month, I would pick a whole week for a no-spend challenge. This did not mean I stopped paying my rent or starved. It meant no discretionary spending, no coffees, no lunches out, no online shopping, no entertainment that cost money. It was a reset button for my spending habits. It forced me to get creative, to cook at home, to find free things to do like walking in a park, or finally reading that book I bought a year ago. It not only saved me a surprising amount of cash each month, but also recalibrated my sense of what I actually need to be happy. The result? I realized most of my spending was just out of habit and boredom. What a fun and slightly depressing discovery. Habit number 6. I treated my future self as my most important creditor. Every month before I paid my credit card bill or my utilities, I paid my investment account. Think about it. You would never dream of ghosting your landlord, right? So why is it okay to ghost your own future? Your 80-year-old self who wants to chill on a beach deserves to get paid on time, with interest. This mindset shift is crucial. It changes saving from a leftover activity to a non-negotiable financial obligation, just like your rent. It is the ultimate act of self-respect. Okay, halfway there. Are you still with me? Are you already calculating how many subscriptions you can cancel? Good. Habit number 7 is what I call skill stacking. Instead of just trying to earn more money from my main job, I focused on learning small adjacent skills that could add new income streams. I was good at writing, so I learned basic search engine optimization to do some freelance content writing. I liked my coffee, so I learned to be a pretty decent home barista, saving me thousands over a few years. It is not about starting a whole new company. It is about adding small, valuable skills to your arsenal. A little extra income here, a major saving there. It all adds up to that $100,000 goal faster than you can say, side hustle. Number 8. I embraced good enough. We live in a world of constant upgrades. The new phone, the new car, the new fashion trend. I made a conscious decision to step off that hamster wheel. My phone works fine, I will keep it until it does not. My 10-year-old car gets me from A to B safely? Perfect. This is not about being cheap, it is about being intentional. The relentless pursuit of the best is a marketing trap designed to keep you perpetually broke. By being content with good enough, I freed up an insane amount of money that went directly into my investments, compounding away while everyone else was standing in line for the latest gadget. Habit number 9 is about your social life. I stopped trying to keep up with the Joneses. In fact, I do not even know who the Joneses are anymore. When friends suggested expensive dinners, I became the guy who suggested a potluck or a game night instead. At first, it was a little awkward. But you know what happened? People were relieved. Most of them were feeling the same financial pressure but were too afraid to say anything. I became the catalyst for cheaper and honestly more meaningful social events. Your real friends care about your presence, not your presence or your ability to afford a $30 cocktail. If they do not, you might need to audit your friend group, not just your budget. And finally, the 10th tiny habit, the one that ties it all together. I tracked my net worth weekly. Not daily, that is crazy making. But every Sunday, I would sit down for 10 minutes and update a simple spreadsheet. Assets minus liabilities. Seeing that number, even when it was small, grow week by week was the most powerful motivation I could have ever asked for. It gamified the process. It made it real. When the stock market dipped and my number went down, it taught me resilience. When it went up, it was a quiet celebration. This simple ritual kept me focused and reminded me what I was working towards. It was not just about saving money, it was about building a life. So there you have it. 10 tiny habits. No magic formulas, no risky bets. Just simple, consistent actions that turned a regular income into a six-figure net worth. It is not about making $1 million overnight. It is about taking the first step, and then another, and another. It is about proving to yourself that you are in control. Thank you so much for watching. If you found any of this helpful or even just mildly amusing, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more content that your wallet will actually appreciate. Let me know in the comments which habit you are going to try first. See you in the next video.